behemoth of Jujutsu, deemed unbeatable, no matter the number of sorcerers that funnel into the death pit known as the Raid on Sukuna, or as some of you like to call it, the Sukuna Cycle. Now if you are referring to side characters who had zero expectations come in and make great use of their ability while also being logically sound in universe, like Kusakabe's simple domain usage to basically be a moving domain expansion, which is crazy, I call that great usage of side characters. There's always help from the supporting cast at the end of Shonen Battle series, and sometimes those aren't really hyped up moments, or at least in the scope of weekly reading. Gege has made even these chapters exciting, fun, and gave us things to make theories about. I feel like this is part of the whole suffering from success thing, because realistically not every chapter can be great, but at least a big chunk of these chapters have been all captivating. So, are you mad that our main villain, who was hyped up since chapter 1, is everything they said he was? Gojo said the new generation of students would surpass him, but that can only be true with the adversity that is Sukuna. It's just about who will survive when it's all said and done, and there is definitely a stop button to this whole Sukuna cycle. Oh, he is holding back as well? That's the issue? Well, that's what unhappy fans would have you believe, but I believe Sukuna holding back is more akin to an undefeated sports team playing against a team struggling just to get into the playoffs. The Titan is winning, but he has nothing to play for. I mean, if he went all out and actually cared to fight for his life, fire arrow go. Yuji and the crew are actually within striking distance of taking the lead, but you can bet on the moment we get close to finally taking the win, we will hear the words,
領域展開
We will be down, but Yuji will continue onward, enduring the external slashes from his once inner demon. Yuji feels no pain as he is locked in, mind, body, and soul. Now, face to face, no words, because what is understood doesn't need to be said. They clash. Yuji's main objective from the very beginning was to rid the world of Sukuna, and Sukuna, who adopted the first ideal in his life back in chapter 248, just to crush the indomitable spirit that is Yuji's soul, now engaging in a flurry of punches, 2 arms versus 4 arms, punch after punch, eventually each one landing black flashes on each other consecutively, back to back, until only one is left standing. This is Yuji and Sukuna. Well, that's kind of how I look at the ending, or at least where I theorize the ending is headed to. Sukuna basically being able to open up his domain again, and that takes a large chunk of his remaining resource, on top of the damage that apparently doesn't matter according to other people. That is what will lead to Yuji finally toppling Sukuna. And, of course, my Megami agenda. This is where Yuji's newfound quote-unquote selfishness will come from. Because it's actually selfless, but even selfless acts are a bit selfish inherently. He will reach Megami again and tell him it's not about what he wants. He is telling him, I want to save you. Yuji will be selfish and win the exchanging of words between him and Megami, and eventually coming out on top in that as well. And his departure in the series with Megami will be inside the innate domain. But on the other side, he will be surrounded by his friends, his loved ones, the people he's met along the way that put their life on the line. They are not the exception anymore. They are everything. They are the people he will be surrounded by. I believe that we are just caught in the landscape of Shonen Jump. If you disagree, I respect your opinion, and I'm willing to have a civil discussion with anyone. I'm just going to talk about a couple off the top of my head. It's been a little while since I've seen these series, but if I'm incorrect about anything, please correct me in the comments section. Don't be an asshole. I'm not comparing these stories in terms of quality of writing or objectivity. It's just about how certain things at the ending played out. Most consistent series, in my opinion, like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, throwing everything they have at Father, but nothing's really doing anything. It takes sacrifice after sacrifice to get Father whittled down enough to where it starts to show. And now look at Demon Slayer. Now that's a more vanilla, generic series, but it's aware of its identity. Gotoge, she was very aware of what she was creating. But in the final fight, it's a bunch of them in waves going up against Muzan. And there is a wave where it's the middle tier fighters coming in to help. And they do just enough to stall. That's what's happening right now with Kusakabe Miguel. There's things happening in the background, I believe. I mean, Naruto, Kakashi had to get involved with his OP duel, Mangekyo Sharingan. Basically, just saying that they needed more than just the MC to overcome their big bad. Shonen Jump tends to have its big series share tropes or story beats, and that's because the magazine knows its demographic and it's going to nurture the relationship with their demo before anything else. Not saying that is an excuse or a way out, just to give JJK a break. I do believe if a lot of series were to run weekly in today's age with Twitter and everything, you would probably have the same discourse that you see with JJK. These big series have so many eyes. Their vocal minority may be a still notable sized group of people that their chirping on Twitter gets a lot of attention and is really loud. I mean, there's people who still think Gojo's coming back. Thanks for staying for the whole video. Remember to like and subscribe. Stay normie, stay weeb, shit even in between is fine. Until next time, peace.